Well, it was basically written as a way to sort of try to delineate what is a security, what is allowed to be traded, what kind of businesses can be public. And at the time, with the understanding that they had of the economy, it all made sense. There was a pretty bright line of here's a commodity, here's a security, and here's what is allowed. The problem is, as we've seen, is that businesses today in 2025 are way too dynamic and they don't map to the brittle definitions of 80 years ago. The problem is that when you try to go and rewrite those rules, there isn't the legislative will, because what Andrew says comes up over and over again, which is the fear of what could go wrong stops people from doing what I think could go right. And that has pretty profound consequences, I think. I think in part, when you look at what happened in GFC, you can pull the string back to the 1940s and the 40 Act and people's reaction to regulations. The savings and loan crisis, that's another one that was absolutely unnecessary, but happened because we tried to contort ourselves to expand the economy in ways that were brittle. Andrew, I want to ask you a question, which is, if we go back to the 29, so we have a good sense of the setup.
Yeah.
Can you explain the big characters and who they were and the roles that they were playing?
Okay, so there's a whole bunch of characters, but I'd say there's two main characters in this book that really drive the storyline. One is Charlie Mitchell, this fellow who runs National City. He is the Jamie Dimon of his time in terms of fame. He might actually be more like Michael Milken because he really does develop sort of credit for the public. Michael, of course, did it for businesses later.
Yeah.
But they used to call him Sunshine Charlie, and he was on the board of the New York Fed. He was constantly calling for lower interest rates, interestingly, during all of this. And he was the guy who was not just loaning to speculators and stockholders, he was also loaning money to different brokerage houses across the country.